Hey everybody, John Ibiga here. Hello and good afternoon. Greetings from, where are we? Arlington, Texas. Today is Tuesday, November 19, 2024. The local time is 3:03 p.m. Temperature's 81 degrees. And our current odometer reading, requested by Arthur, 761,000 miles, 761,065.1 mile. I am on my way to the U.S. cold storage, picking up a load going to Pennsylvania. I've had this story going around in my mind. I kind of came up with. I've been debating whether to tell it or not, but I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge. If you don't like it, by all means, skip it. If not, I don't know. You might enjoy it and learn something about it. Again, this is just my imagination, kind of a story I made up based on certain facts of life. Anyway, here goes. One summer evening, there were about 5 kids went out and have some fun over the weekend, right? And unfortunately, they lost control of their faculties and self-control, and they ended up on the wrong side of the law, and they all got caught by the police. Later that day or that week, they were arraigned to have a trial, and fortunately, one of the youngster, the teenager that was in the group, had a very rich parent, a very influential what do you call that? I can't think of the word. Very famous and influential person in the community. And the parent could afford to, hire the best lawyer that money can buy. So the rich kid assured everybody that they were gonna get the best lawyers that were available, and nobody would have to pay except for the rich dad. Everybody else was either poor or about normal average family income, not rich, not poor. Anyway, as the trial goes on, the lawyer, the defendant's lawyer, was a very, very crafty, scheming kind of a lawyer, the kind of lawyer that reminds you of Saul Goodman. Anybody out there know who Saul Goodman is? Yeah, he was that kind of a lawyer. And his advice was, for this one teenager, just claim that you grew up with a very abusive parent and you didn't know better. Another advice of the other kid was, well, I didn't grow up with any parents. And the another teenager, his advice was, oh, just play dumb. Just say, I didn't know better. And the other one says, well, play insanity. And so on. You get the gist of the story, right? And so the trial goes on, and on the other side of the aisle is the prosecutor. This prosecutor was kind of a hippie looking guy, long hair, had a big old briefcase with a very old book in the briefcase, only wearing sandals. And so the trial goes on, and each of the dependents, dependents had their story told in front of the jury, and so they go on and on and on. Meanwhile, during recess, the rich man that was the father of the one kid had a little private meeting with the judge and the jury, and promised to donate, I don't know, a stadium, something very big and important for the community. He tried using his influence to influence the outcome of the trial. Unfortunately, or fortunately, this judge would not budge. So are the juries. The jury saw right through the scheming lies of each defendant's excuses and testimony. And at the end of the trial, the jury came to unanimous decision, and they were all guilty. So the sentencing part of the jury came, and the judge sentenced them to death, all of them. They were all found guilty, and they were to be sentenced to death. And only that time, when the jury was rendered their verdict, only that time that the prosecutor stood up, and in his hand was a very large old book, and he motioned to the judge to approach the bench. Well, as he approached the bench, he showed the prosecutor showed the book to the judge, and what was in the book. And there was one name that was in the book, and one of the name of the book was one of the dependents. Dependent, not dependent. I don't know. Prosecutor dependent. I can't say that word, but I hope you get the point. Anyway, he says to the judge, "Judge, this kid is guilty, but he has diplomatic immunity." The judge says, "How so?" "Well, before the beginning of time, his name was already written in this book, and his sentence has already been rendered and judged and served." And the judge says, "Please explain." "Yeah, somebody already paid for his sentence." The judge says, "Who did?" as he says, I did. And as he reached out to get the book from the judge saw the nail print on his hands. Now you see where this thing is going, right? How many of you see this, where it's going already? So anyway, the prosecutor goes back to the seat, sits down, and the judge announced, okay, 4 of you will be going to prison and the sentence will be carried out. 1 of you is already rendered not guilty. Sentence have already been paid and served. And then 2 of the boys, well, the 4 boys were outraged. Like, why is he not going to prison like the rest of us? He is just as guilty as we are. And so the judge explained to the guilty parties that he's already been sentenced and somebody already served his sentence. And so 2 more of the boys was crying their eyes out and asked the prosecutor, how can we get that same privilege? Can we also get that privilege? And what must we do to get that same treatment? Can you help us? Please help us to get that same outcome. And the prosecutor says, yes, I can help you. If you ask me, I will help you how to escape judgment. I don't think I'm telling this story as well as many gifted storytellers out there, but yeah, I'm sure a lot of you is getting that story, at least the moral of the story, right? Meanwhile, we are stuck here in traffic. Oh boy. My friends, the moral of the story is we all have been found guilty. We have been found guilty and already been sentenced to death. The trick is there's escape provided by the Lord Jesus Christ. He's already paid our penalty in our behalf. All we have to do is apply that to our lives. Believe in Him. You know, a lot of people says, I will not believe until I see the evidence of God's existence. And I can understand that. But unfortunately, God's prescription to be saved is not by evidence. We are saved by faith, not by evidence. Nobody ever can be saved because of the evidence or the lack thereof. We are only saved by faith. So stop looking for evidence, because the evidence is never going to come. And even if it did, look at the thousands and thousands of the Lord Jesus Christ that he healed during his ministry with all the miracles. Did you know that some people that Jesus Christ raised from the dead are still in hell right now? Because not everyone that was performed a miracle on believed in him. The instruction is, the prescription of salvation is true faith in him. I hope that works. I hope that will cause you to think about it. I have a little confession to make. Now, for many years that you guys have watched my YouTube channel, I don't ever remember ever cussing, swear words in this channel. And I don't do that not just because I'm doing a video. I don't do it, period. I just never like to swear. Most especially the JD or GD and or the F word. I just don't really care for it. And if you ask people that know me, I'm sure a lot of people out there would tell you the truth that I don't swear. Just really don't. Now, I'm not saying that because I'm a perfect person. No, not at all. I don't know, some of you out there don't like to smoke because it's not for you. It doesn't do anything for you. In fact, I remember many years ago, many long time years ago, I remember trying to act as the world does, trying to fit into the world. I remember using swear words and all that stuff, and it just never sit well with me. Oh man, it felt like I was eating a rotten egg. Why am I telling you this? Well, a couple weeks ago, I was parked at a pilot truck stop in somewhere down here, Arlington, maybe, I don't know, I can't remember, but it's on the pilot truck stop on 20. And I was parked right in front of the dumpsters, waiting for people to pull out of the spot, hoping to get one, right? And the security comes over and says, "Hey, you can't park there." I said, "Man, I'm just waiting for," I said, "Why?" I didn't realize at the time how wrong I was not to park there. I realized that there were dumpsters there. My idea was that if one of those dumpster pickup trucks come over and try to pick up their dumpster, I was just gonna move. I was actively parking waiting for a parking spot. But he also explained that, well, our people has to go into the dumpster and, unload the load. I said, oh, okay, that makes sense. And I don't know why. He says, if you don't move, I'll have to remove you. I mean, dude, I already said I'm moving. I said, you don't have to be nasty about it. You don't have to flex your power. I said I was gonna move. You don't have to go through that. Except I didn't say it in a wholesome way. I started firing some really nasty words. And it's before the words that could leave the tongue, the tip of my tongue, I could already feel the pain and the anguish and the guilt. And I was shocked. I was really, really shocked of all the chosen words that I communicated to the security guard. And I felt so bad, man. I thought I was gonna die in shame and guilt. And I had to stop and pray. I said, Lord, where did that come from? Oh man, I tell you, it was horrible. So I repented, I prayed, and I, said to the Lord, I'm sorry. That was that. But yet, the guilt never went away. The Spirit of the Lord in me keeps saying, go find a security guard and apologize to him. And I thought, oh, come on. Finally, about a half hour later, I saw him walking by my truck again. And so I got out of my truck and I pleaded and I asked him for forgiveness, and I told him I was sorry I was. And he says, man, I'm surprised that you did that. I said, what do you mean? He says, you should hear the other people that say things to me. You actually were just the nicest one to swear at me and cuss at me. I said, dude, I don't gauge my ugliness based on other people's ugliness. I said, I claim to be a Christian, and I don't know why I lost it. I don't know why. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, he was very gracious to have forgiven me, and we went separate ways. But I tell you, the ugliness of it. The weight of that guilt was more than I could carry. Anyway, I appreciate you guys listening. Sometimes I get all bottled up and kind of need somebody to offload my anguish. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good and godly day, everyone. Peace. All right, everybody, we've been assigned to door 4. I think that's going to be way on the other side. This is 57, 56. The instruction is to slide the tandems all the way to the back in with the door closed. But I think this place doesn't load you with your doors closed. Somebody will actually come out and tell you when to open up and back in. I kind of like their system that you don't back in with the door open, since they're not ready to load you. I mean, what's the point of having you to back in with the doors open and not load you for 2, 4, 3 hours, you know? What a waste of fuel. See, he's waiting for instruction. I don't know whether to follow the line or we can do it. Alright, we're just gonna hang out here. Alright, we'll catch you later. Peace.